week in that ongoing investigation into Matt Lauer, the harassment claims against him, and the broader culture issues at NBC News. Now there are shocking claims about news legend Tom Brokaw. Variety and the Washington Post have interviewed former NBC reporter Linda Vester, who says that Brokaw made unwanted sexual advances in the early 1990s. She says she's speaking out now because she's concerned that the network is not really investigating and making the necessary culture changes. Now, Brokaw has angrily denied the allegations, first in a statement, then in a lengthy email to his colleagues that he says he didn't mean to be seen publicly. Quote, "I am facing a long list of grievances from a former colleague who left NBC News angry that she had failed in her pursuit of stardom. She has unleashed a torrent of unsubstantiated criticism and attacks on me more than 20 years after I opened a door for her in a new job at Fox News." Brokaw saying he's the true victim here. More than 100 women, either working currently or formerly working at NBC News, have signed a letter supporting Brokaw. The letter includes names like Rachel Maddow and Andrea Mitchell. The letter says Brokaw treated each of them with fairness and respect and has given each of us opportunities for advancement and championed our successes throughout our careers. Many people standing with Brokaw, but there are questions about whether other women could come forward in the future. Joining me now, David Zerwick, media critic for the Baltimore Sun. That is one of the unanswered questions here, right, David? I've asked Linda Vester's attorney if he's been contacted by other women who might have accusations against Brokaw. He will not answer that question. He won't say either way. But the Washington Post story did cite an anonymous second woman making the claims. How are we to assess NBC's handling of this matter?
Look, I think so far NBC has handled this matter really poorly, Brian, with the internal investigation. I think they should have gone outside for credibility. It's going to be whatever they come up with in-house is going to be met with skepticism. So, and I'm talking about Lauer and all the other stuff that went before, you know.
But is that really fair? It's the head general counsel for NBC. She's a respected attorney doing this investigation.
Brian, the culture of any institution, but especially a network institution, makes them not want to find problems if they can avoid it. It may go all the way up to the president of the network, you know, and this person works for them. It's just human nature. You don't go in-house. I'm not saying anything about this particular investigator. I don't know anything about her. But the point is that if you go outside, you do a thorough investigation, you have results that you can show to people and say, look, this is what we did. We're taking this seriously. Also, this has gone on for a long time.
Well, it's been 5 months since Lauer was fired, and I thought it was telling that in this Washington Post interview, Ann Curry, for the first time, says she tried to speak out in 2012. She says to the Post that she approached 2 members of NBC's management because, quote, "a woman approached me and asked me tearfully if I could help her because she was afraid of losing her job because she had an experience with Lauer but was afraid to report it." Curry says she believed this anonymous woman and told management they had a problem with Lauer. But she suggests that nothing was done. Curry then lost her job later in the year.
And that only adds to the skepticism involved here, because 2012 is a long time ago. And there's all this suspicion and even enmity towards Lauer built up in the departure of Curry from NBC News.
Right.
It was People magazine, it was tabloid fodder continually. So there's this residue of people believing or thinking they know something they do about whether the network might have covered up because he was a money machine. Morning TV is where the money is now. You have a morning anchor. By the way, I think some of this has been overrated of the power of these stars because the shows have done pretty well once they left.
Yes, Lauer was removed and the show's doing just fine.
Yeah,
hey, on Joy Reid, I want to ask you about this strange Joy Reid story too. You know, a couple of days ago, there were these reports that she had posted these homophobic blog posts, more than a decade ago. She suggested she was hacked. Now she admits she can't prove she was hacked. She's saying sorry for her past posts, but it's still murky if she actually posted them. Do you think this is going to harm her or MSNBC?
Look, again, same problem. Andy Lack, president of NBC News. This has been bubbling in the internet and in social media for a long time, okay? She brought it on her show Saturday morning. NBC News now owes us an investigation of this because we don't look. I watched it Saturday morning live. I read everything about it. My feeling is I don't know exactly what she's saying even. I'm confused by what she says happened with this. But if it is what I think it is, that I was hacked, we couldn't find evidence of the hack. I wrote some things in the past, But now I can't believe I wrote them because that's not me. Look, you have to clear. You know, if you walk in a newsroom with a story and said something like that, the editor would say, hey, Stelter, what do we know to actually be true here, okay? That's your lead. Write that sentence. A news organization needs the same thing. They need to offer its audiences clarity, and they need to offer their audiences some kind of credible information that they can believe. They owe it to do another kind of outside investigation. Look,
well, look, if we're going to hold the